Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network, and we're on the road today. We're in Kalamazoo, and we're here for the Michigan Works Association's annual conference. And we have with us right now Chris Andresen. He's with Dutko Grayling, and tell everybody what they do. Thanks for stopping by the way, Chris.
Happy to be here, Chris. Chris Andresen, a federal lobbyist with Dutko Government Relations in Washington, D.C.
Oh, you think federal sounds impressive these days, do you?
Absolutely.
You're not going into Chicago next, are you?
No promises.
Okay.
We'd like to keep our options open at the federal level.
Well, you are in fact the lobby arm of Michigan Works Association. So, I almost feel like I could say we got 6 minutes, straighten out the mess or whatever. What is the circumstance right now?
There's a lot of discussion on funding the federal government generally, but certainly when it comes to workforce development, a lot of energy behind that from the administration, from Congress. They hear from their businesses constantly. Nationwide, in Michigan, we need more skilled labor, more talent. And that's what we're talking here about. And on the policy side, on the funding side, we need investments in that. And there's a lot of discussion about how those should be made. The Trump administration now has released a report. They've come out with some of their recommendations. In Michigan, we feel like we've done a great job blending those programmatic and business-led investments to create that talent pipeline. And we think it should be a model for these policy and funding discussions moving forward.
Yeah, and I've done this advocacy work for a lot of different organizations in D.C., and it is a quagmire. And that quagmire changes about every 4 years,
yes, total.
So how do you contend with that? I mean, you've got to go to every party, every fundraiser, every parking lot.
Right. The one thing is, most members know at least a baseline level around workforce development because they've heard from their constituents, their businesses. They're coming to them saying that they have this talent shortage. So there's at least that baseline level of knowledge. Then we have to educate them on what's happening in their state, in their region, in their district, and share those stories. And honestly, in the work that we do on the advocacy side, that is the really fun and rewarding work, to be able to really promote the great work that happens here in Michigan and across the country on these workforce development efforts that's helping businesses, helping job seekers get connected and create opportunities everywhere, but then in certain industries, right? I mean, we've got priority industries here in Michigan and as a nation that we need to help build so that we have a strong economy and a strong population moving forward.
The one thing you have going forward, this is not a partisan group, right?
Correct.
So you can get in most doors for enough time. Is that correct?
Workforce is an issue that connects everybody, right? You can disagree over funding levels and some policy elements, but ultimately it's a problem that everybody shares. So we're trying to solve that on the workforce side, and so that does help. And I think over the course of its history, workforce development has been bipartisan, nonpartisan. You just look at, if you need data to back that up, look at the vote counts for WIOA reauthorization. I think it got 9 no votes across both the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
Very rare do you see that instance now, to your point.
Right.
But I can say that bipartisan support still exists. Even with the other chaos that you referenced, that still does exist for workforce development.
Oh, that's good. Even with the schism between the two parties.
Correct.
Excellent. Yes. That's good to hear. So what's your projection? I mean, when are we going to find out, and are we going to get cut?
I don't expect we will get cut. Again, going back to that bipartisan piece that I'm going to rely on that. Projecting forward, I would project flat level funding, some level of stability in that sense. Not stability for a long time, maybe months or a year at most at a time. But I do think that there's going to be a continued conversation about the underlying policy. We saw that last Congress. It got very close to being enacted. It was one misguided Elon Musk tweet away from being enacted, in fact. So that, again, that's recent history. So I think that these programs will be maintained because ultimately, the administration, as they're coming in, they're looking at these line items as costs. with workforce development, I think a lot of us know, our business partners know, these are investments.
Right.
So as you are spending these money on training and getting people skilled, guess what happens? They become more productive, higher paying tax payers. And so we see within the workforce system, we see a very significant ROI. So for every dollar invested, you're seeing multiple dollars, near estimates between $8 and $15 back to the economy.
Partner,
Those are not costs.
you have been the highlight today in talking about workforce issues, and I am so glad to hear that. And I'm thankful for your efforts there in D.C. I've got about 20 seconds. What makes a terribly healthy, good-looking guy get into this line of work?
I love, like I said, the promoting the great work that happens across the country, helping people, but then also the economic development that's tied to this is much broader than just an issue or words on a page.
Yeah.
And for me, looking at that not just in Michigan but across the country, that's really cool.
Well, Chris Andresen, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it, my friend. All right.